You're joining me halfway through restoring a park bench, and as you can see we've had to make some repairs to a lot of the pieces, and today we're going to be dealing with this end of this piece, and this was a tenon joint, and it should look like this piece, although this is actually a different piece. This one is the base of the seat. And if I just quickly bring you over here, you will be able to see the rest of the seat side coming together. So today we're going to be talking about how we would go about repairing that tenon joint in the absence of having machinery to put a new loose tenon in the end of this piece. So one of the first things I'm going to need to do is to clean up this repair that I made yesterday. Unfortunately I didn't get any video of this. I'm going to do that on the belt sander. So, cue the dust extractor. So while we're watching me do some sanding on the disc sander, not belt sander, I'd just like to point out this is actually my first YouTube video. And well, please subscribe to my channel. I'm hoping to do a lot more videos. I've got a lot of projects lined up, and please like this video. I'd like to see if you like this video. I've heard it helps the YouTube algorithm. I think I've got a long way to go before I have to worry about that, but please like this video. So as you can see, it's not perfect and the wood's a bit of a different colour, but this is the bottom piece. I'm going to put this underneath and at the back. So I think I'm going to get away with this rather than making a whole new piece, because wood's expensive apparently. I'm pretty happy with how that came out. I had to blend in a bit of the parent material to the new material because the piece I cut wasn't really big enough and I didn't really have any more bits that I was willing to make for a mismatch that was only about 0.5 millimetre. It's not going to affect the strength at all, so I'm pretty happy with how that's come out. I've sanded the end pretty flat. And that's ready to go on to making a tenon piece that we're now going to cut into it in that direction, and obviously we've got that end to do as well. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a cut across here to clean up the end of that tenon. Left some of the glue, as you can see with these dark bits, still on that face. That's because I don't want this piece to be any shorter and then it not fit. Okay, so I just want to talk through the setup I've got here. I've got a piece of wood clamped at the end of my sledge there to act as a stop so that I can readjust. I've got my workpiece clamped at 90 degrees using my speed fence. So let's see how this goes. So now to reference from the other face, all I have to do is turn around the piece of wood, which I've already done, reference off this face, and I'm going to cut a leaf that is 10 millimeters on this side of the piece, and then all I've got to do is hog out the middle. I've got to do that 3 times because there's one tenon that's correct and 2 pieces of wood, so that makes sense. So I'm going to do that now. Don't forget to press the like button if you like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. It really does help the YouTube algorithm, but please do like this video. Press the like button. Go on, press it now. Okay, so I've moved my stop over by 3 millimeters, and that's going to enable me to take out this middle section, which is going to leave me with a slot which I can glue the tenon into. So just to be sure, have you pressed the like button yet? Do you actually like this video? Please press the like button. Okay, so on these I've got a lovely slot. Now, a little bit of clean up in the bottom. On some, I've just got a little wispy bit where I slightly missed that tang that I'd left. and on this one I seem to have cut something at a different height at some point. So I'm going to clean that up with a file, because that makes the most sense for me. And also on this one I've got a little wispy bit in the middle. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but I'm going to get rid of that with a file, maybe a little small chisel, that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm just going to take that in there like that, and I'm just going to clean that up now nicely, and that's good enough. Okay, so as not to bore you with the details, I've been away, I've measured the width of this material here, and I've cut a piece of stock the same width this way, and then I have measured this more accurately, and after a couple of trial cuts I've got something that I'm pretty happy with, that fits in there quite nicely, with a little bit of glue, maybe a little bit of sanding on the belt sander. We're going to have a fairly decent repair, and then all we need to do is to cut the tenon in the end of it. Okay, so the glue's gone off and I've sanded the faces down to the same width as the parent material, so this is nice and smooth. I had expected the wood to be a little bit more similar than it is. This is sapele, and I use this mainly because I had a big slab of it lying around doing nothing, but also when I cut some bits that were missing, the seat base, they look very similar to the wood that this wood, but these pieces are actually darker than the rest of the seat, so maybe these are a different wood. I don't know, perhaps you can let me know about that, see what your thoughts are. Okay, I just need to take a little bit off the width here to enable it into the mortise, and I am just going to do that with the file. It is my preferred way of fine-tuning these joints. Not that I'm an expert, I'm sure there is a faster way, but nice, brisk, good sharp file, nice strokes, and we'll soon have that down by maybe 1/4 millimetre both sides, and we'll see how we get on. Okay, so I've just done a little bit of a dry fit. Didn't quite go in. I think it's just a slightly tapered edge on the sides. So I'm just going to relieve that very slightly, and we'll see how we fit. Yeah, that's good. It's a nice tight joint. Both sides, no play in there whatsoever that way, a little bit of play that way, but that's okay. As soon as that's got some glue in, I've got no concerns with that joint.